What we have here is another dope show from a dope ass leader. I don't know. This is another dope show on my dope ass channel. I've already cussed twice in the first 30 seconds, so we're going to get 20 views. Dope show, dope channel. I am your idiot leader. What have we got going on today? We've got a hodgepodge of ooze. A hodgepodge of ooze goodness. What am I even talking about today, guys? I got questions. I've got old books. I've got new books. I've got CGC graded books. I've got it all laying around here. Why? Because it's becoming a hodgepodge. I got to show some of this stuff because I'm getting buried in it. It's coming in the mail. It's coming, my ass is out finding stuff. It's coming from every direction, and I'm about to be buried in Dopetopia, so I got to show some of this stuff. That way I can catalog it and put it in places and never see it again in the black hole. Oh, but before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the Great Legend Show. He's one of the shows that got me started watching. When I first started watching YouTube, he's one of the very first comic channels I found. And it's him and three other people, and I would watch it all the time around 2019, and I really liked it because they actually talk comic books. There's so many comic book channels these days that don't even talk comic books. How can you be a comic book channel and you don't talk comic books? I don't know, but that's about all we talk around here is comic books and at least talk pop culture. Shit. Anyway, I'm not going to bury nobody today, so I better turn around and go this way because I don't want no people texting me, won't know you talking about me. Because there's a lot of you out there that do that. Anyway, back to the thing we got to do. We got to get to it. Nothing left to do it to. We've already got on here and the Great Legend Show. Check it out. If you're not subscribed to the Great Legend, go subscribe to the Great Legend. I got on my Smurf hat today. We got 3 questions or 4 questions today. We got some books. I'm going to show some books, answer a question. Show some books, answer a question. You know how we do things on here. So let's get to it. First question of the day. We got Daddy P. He wanted to know the best thing I'm reading right now. The best thing I'm reading right now. I love Rook. You know, I'm loving my Ghost Rider. I'm loving my Hulk. But to be honest with you, the best thing I'm reading month to month costs $2.99. Sam and Twitch. Sam and Twitch, who would have thought I would love this as much as I do? It's got a 7 vibe to it. If you watch 7, the movie came out 29 years ago. 7's a great movie. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. This kind of has that vibe. It's always raining. There's a serial killer on the loose. Love me some Sam and Twitch. If you ain't reading it, what are you waiting on, baby? Get to reading Sam and Twitch. So that's what I'm doing. Now let's show a few books. Some of the stuff I picked up lately. Anytime I can find these Detective Comics 12 centers, I pick them up. This one's got a nice red cover. He's getting beat up by 3 Russians that love to drop kick people. I mean, drop kick, drop kick, drop kick. They sweeping the legs, Johnny. They'll take your legs out. Look at that. Sliding, dropping it, hitting him in that hip bone. One of them hitting him back the head. It's hard to beat 3 Russians that can drop kick all at the same time, simultaneously. How you going to beat that, Batman? I've seen you beat all kinds of stuff. Crocodile people, flying bats, clowns. But you can't beat 3 Russians with cheesecake on their head doing drop kicks at the same time. I tell you that. So that's my first book of the day that I picked up. I picked that up for a whopping $12. But it was in beautiful condition. And it's a cool book that I didn't have. Why not? Anyway, and then anytime I find these ghosts, I pick them up. This is the Gondola of Death. If you can see here, we got a gondola. We got a dude, you know, he's just a skull man that's trying to make an honest day's living. But he's having a hard time finding anybody that wants to ride on his gondola. I don't want to ride on his gondola. The dude's dead. So, you know, he's having a hard time. Just go on to the afterlife and leave the gondola riding to the live people. Would you please? So, it's nothing romantic about riding on a gondola with skulls all over it by a skeleton that's being your driver. And Grim Reaper on the front. So, come on, man. No gondola of death for me. Paid a whopping $3.99 for that book. And what about, I pick these up anytime I find them. Tomb of Dracula 30. It's called Soft Collecting. I'm not actually looking for these Tomb of Draculas, but, you know, after I get so many of them, it's like, hey, let's finish the runs. And then it becomes like It's very important to finish the run. But right now, it's not that important to finish the run. But I'm working on it slowly, slowly. This is not that great a cover, but anytime you get Blade on the cover, it's a happening thing. This is my Blade. I don't like the guy with the flat top katanas and the Big Daddy Kane hair. I like this Blade. This is my Blade, the old 70s cool Blade. And that cost me a whopping $11.99. And the last book in this run, before we get to the next question, is my favorite Werewolf by Night cover. Look at that. That looks like something you'd see out of the new Hulk book. Anyway, we got Werewolf by Night. He's getting attacked by this. The only thing you can describe that is a ooze ghoul. That is a ooze ghoul. As you can see, he's got eyeballs. He's got a tongue. Comes out like a damn trunk. Tentacles everywhere. Two fangs. At ooze ghoul. I guess you could also call it a Sobeys, because that's what they call it. Just now saw that. But I call it ooze ghoul. Anyway, this is Werewolf by Night 27. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And I paid a whopping $8.99 for that. So that is our first little run. Let's get to the next question from Java Girl. Java Girl 18. She left me a good message on IG or something. And she wanted to know, thank you for the kind words, old Java Girl 18. She wanted to know which one would win in a fight. Creature from the Black Lagoon or what? Creature from the Black Lagoon. Here I have it. I have multiple copies of this. There's the first print, the second print. This is the first print. It's from December through February. This is Creature from the Black Lagoon in a 6.5. I have multiple copies of this. This is one of my favorite comics of all time. How can you not love it? It's beautiful. Anyway, this is Creature from the Black Lagoon. She's wanting to know, Java Girl 18's want to know who would win in a fight. Creature from the Black Lagoon or the Lizard? Now, this is my Lizard book. This is the first appearance of the Lizard. This is a beautiful book, and it's in a 3.5. It's old Lizard coming down. I'm not a fan of the Lizard. But let me tell you something. I am a giant fan of the Creature. But don't get it twisted. Because in a fight, the Creature would get killed pretty easy. It hurts me to say that. But the Creature would get killed pretty easy by the Lizard. I mean, have you watched the Amazing Spider-Man movies? The Lizard's pretty tough. And I grew up when I was 10 years old, and one of the movies I had just on constant watch was Monster Squad. Monster Squad, Lost Boys. Monster Squad, Lost Boys. The year is 1987. And my favorite was the Creature. And a fat 10-year-old boy on not even Times Square, on the town square, shot him one time with a shotgun and he was dead. If you ain't seen Monster Squad, go watch it. I just ruined part of the movie for you, though. But a fat 10-year-old boy with a shotgun shoots his gun one time and kills Creature from the Black Lagoon. It only takes one shot from a 10-year-old fat boy. That's not even proper to say in today's time. You can't say fat boy. But you can on this channel because this is Dopetopia and the kid was fat. So anyway, fat boy shot him with a dang shotgun and killed him with one shot. And don't worry about it, fat boy. I'm fat too. It's okay to be fat. It's okay to be offended in this world. And it's not illegal to be offended. So just get over it if you're offended because I called somebody fat boy. Because you're probably a fat boy too. And I'm a fat boy. With an F, not a P. Anyway, let's get on to the books. This is a book I picked up this weekend. I had it on a short. It was $3.99 with tax. It fit underneath my $4.44 cup challenge. I always sit on there and try to do cup challenges. I take all my change after I build it up for a while and try to do a little short video to show you what you could get for the money. And I picked this up for my cup challenge this week. I love transformation covers. You know, I love Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I love Ghost Rider. I love, a lot of things. I love Hulk. And they all transformate into stuff. Transformate or transform, I don't know. But as you see, this guy, he got cursed by the tarantula. And he turned into this, man. Good grief, look at that transformation. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I love it when a good artist is able to just ooze that goo and knows what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? So this is Atlas #1, this is Weird Suspense featuring the tarantula. And we got the transformation. So, good stuff, good stuff. And I paid a whopping $3.99 plus tax for that. I don't know why I'm telling y'all what I paid today. I usually don't do that. Anyway, Weird War Tales, 60 center. This is number 104. This is one of DC's greatest runs of all time. It's one of my favorite. I love all the bodies up here. You can look at this real close and you can see all the different body skeletons in the actual trade. One of the greatest things they ever made. I wish they would come back out with at least an annual or something. Love Weird War Tales. War, the dead. It goes hand in hand, you know what I mean? Guts and glory go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other, you know what I mean? You got to have gore, which is the guts. So gore and glory go hand in hand. And that's what's going on here. You know, we got all these dead guys fighting army people, and freedom ain't free, people. That I paid a whopping $3.99 for. Good grief. Man. I'm tired today. I don't know what happened to me. Oh, man. Let's do another question. Let's go to the questions today. What else do we got on here? Universal Comics and Cards. I'm excited about Deadpool. Are you a big fan of Deadpool movies? No, I wouldn't piss on Deadpool if he's on fire. Don't like nothing about the guy. Never read a book of Deadpool. Don't know nothing about Deadpool. Don't own no Deadpool crap. You won't see no Deadpool on this channel. I'm not excited about Deadpool. Won't be watching the movies. I hate it with a passion. Next, let's look at some more books. Next book we got is one of my favorite books that I picked up here lately. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's everything I love. It's horror. This is Mysteries of the Unexplored Worlds. It's a 12 center. It's Charlton. And this has the marsh creatures. As you can see, we got these marsh creatures down here. They're big. They're from the marsh. But my favorite thing is this guy. This guy here. No, no. They're rising out of the mud. They're alive. And look at him. What is he doing? No, they're rising out of the mud. They're alive. Who acts like that? What is this artist drawing? I don't know what he's supposed to be drawing here. I would never act that way. If I saw marsh creatures or mud men or swamp things, I wouldn't act like, what is he doing? I mean, he's back in the marsh in some knee-deep water. This must be like some dope smoke or something. Because he's freaking out in a weird way I've never seen bodies tort. Back to my Club MTV days. Anyway, I guess he's torquing out, but I don't know about that. Don't know about that, but I love this book, and if you can find it, you can have it for a whopping, no price on the back. But it was cheap, or I wouldn't have bought it. Anyway, next question. What do we got on here? We got two more questions. Nuclear Kid Tyson versus Brock Lesnar. Dude, I'm never going against Brock Lesnar. If it's man against man, there's hardly anybody that scares me more than Brock Lesnar on this earth. I mean, he can wrestle. He's huge. Tyson's can box. And yeah, Tyson's got a puncher's chance. But I don't really think that Tyson could beat up Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar grab a hold of him and dump him on his head and then get on top of him like some kind of prison yard rape. And it would be over with. Golly, I'm cussing, saying prison yard crap on it, spitting everywhere. This damn show's went to hell quickly. I mean, we're under 15 minutes of just fucking, this is goulash of shit. This show is nothing but a bunch of goulash made of shit and bones. Anyway, let me show you a couple more books. I got two cool books here on the floor. Here is some pre-code horror for all you pre-code horror fans. This is Thing number 16. And leave in the text down below the comments if this show went to hell in a handbasket. Let me know how shitty this show is today. I'm half-assing it. I'm giving you 44% today. Why? I don't know. Good grief. I just don't know. Maybe I stayed up too late last night. But anyway, Thing number 16 from 1954. Pre-code horror. Look at that beautiful book. And the best thing about it is, this is a pre-code horror book, and it's my highest grade from anything from that time period. 9.0 for a book from 1954? I swan in never my day have I seen such as a 1954 book get a 9.0 from such a say. I don't know what the hell that was. But anyway, 9.0. The Thing. I'm usually not a grade whore, which I don't care about grades, but that's pretty impressive for a book from 1954. Anyway, 1954, The Thing. Whoop-pow! And we got another, and we talk about pre-code horror all the time, but what we don't ever talk about is something I like. Post-code horror. 1954 was the last full year of pre-code horror. Halfway through 55, post-code horror took over. When post-code horror took over, means that the comic book authority now put this little code up in the corner. And these books are not worth anything compared to what pre-code horror is worth. So you could have two horror books, same title, both from 1955. One's post-code, one's pre-code. The pre-code's going to be worth a fortune. The post-code is not going to be worth near as much. But they're still cool, baby. They're still cooler than the other side of the pillow, fellow. This right here, Mystery Tales, 6.5. And it is a post-code book. And it is from 1957. Look at that. Look at that thing coming out of the marsh. Look at it. This dude is pissing in his pants. He brought Betty down here to have some fun. He wasn't expecting Lobster Man to come out of the water. Lobster Man is scary, and I'm just seeing the back of him. He's like, you can see him from behind. Lobster Man's not playing today. And he's bow-legged. His knees are like banging off each other. And here's Betty back here, and they're freaking out underneath the blackened sky. So that is a great book, man. This is Mystery Tales, number 49. Get you some of that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's a good one there. I got one more question. Universal. No, I already read that one. Fuck. Oh, yeah. Here it is right here. One more question for today, and it goes out to my boy Bobby B. Brasco. Bobby B. Brasco wants to know, is there any characters out there that I love that just don't get done right? Bobby, all of them. I love Polka Dot Man and all these other people that just, don't really, the hate monger. They don't get the love they deserve. There's so many of them, I can't name them all. But one I never talk about on here that much is this guy right here. Man-Bat. Man-Bat would be a badass horror movie if they would get their heads out of their ass, DC. Man-Bat. We don't have to have nothing to do with Batman. We just want a Man-Bat movie. A horror movie. I want this Man-Bat swooping down, kind of like a cross between Man-Bat. And we could put him like in somewhere like Crystal Lake. And have all these teenagers run around here and have Man-Bat just decapitating people at night in the lake. Partying hard, they're all getting decapitated by this swoop down Man-Bat. You know what I'm saying? I love Man-Bat, but they never done him right. The first Man-Bat solo series is right here. Man-Bat, and they made him look like a wuss. They gave him big ears. Something's wrong with that Man-Bat. Not a fan of that Man-Bat. And then they gave him issue 2, and that was it. That was it for the whole run. We got a gun in a hand. I don't know. I don't understand this cover. What's going on? How he's got Man-Bat on his hand and he's shooting. Stop! How's his hand reflective? I don't get it. But over the years, they made Man-Bat look cooler. This is like from 1996. Man-Bat started looking cool. He started looking fresh. And there's a new Todd McFarlane toy out. It's not new, but it's newer than the one I got. Mine's like 93 or something. But the new Todd McFarlane action figure of Man-Bat is really, really cool. And he's scary. Here's another number 1, came out later. This is this is like 2019 or something, Man-Bat. It's kind of crazy because it almost looks like a homage from that. But I pulled some of these number 1s and stuff. And this is my favorite Man-Bat cover. This cover here, I mean, we got it all on this cover. We got Man-Bat. We got these, looks like, I don't know what they are. They look kind of like doctors or whatever. This right here reminds me of the first metal album I ever listened to. I was a 10 or 11-year-old kid. I was in 7th grade, and this hood came up to me. This dude with long hair and earrings. He looked like somebody from the Lost Boys. Shared PE with me. And he told me, I know his name. His name's Jeremy Harris. He said, hey, bro, you need to listen to this right here. And he handed me Sepultura's Arise album. And I know most of y'all don't know who Sepultura is. But I grew up on Sepultura. He handed me the Rise album. This reminds me of a Sepultura cover. So if any of you metalheads out there know anything about Sepultura, especially those guys, they look like the cover to me. They look like some stuff that I would listen to. But just like that, we're 20 minutes deep in this shit. I wasn't expecting to get that deep and have a long video today. That's a long video for me. Not compared to some of these people who make 8-hour sit-around videos, but 20 minutes is a long video for me. Until the next time, keep your whistle clean. Keep doing what you do. Read your comics, and I will see you again. Beneath the blackened sky!